Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make this watch list video for tomorrow, which is, what is the date tomorrow? August 2nd, Wednesday, I believe. Man, time is flying by here. So before we get started here, I'll go over a couple of housekeeping things. I'll recap some, kind of just show you some charts from earlier in the day here today. Before we get started again, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Excuse me, and take advantage of all of the free content that we give. As you can see, we have a ton of free content on our YouTube channel. We're growing now by about 600 new subscribers a month, which is absolutely absurd. So again, we're offering lots of content, so make sure you subscribe. Feel free to obviously we'd appreciate if you like our videos and share them, but also too, comment if you ever have any questions on anything. We try to be as interactive as possible, so feel free to comment if you have any questions or anything. Also too, if you haven't been over to our website yet, make sure you subscribe to our daily watch list over here. We send out our watch list by email. We try to do it every day. Again, if we don't send an email out at night with our watch list, we do post our trade ideas over on our Facebook fan page. So make sure you like our fan page and follow it so you get our trade ideas watch list every morning. We usually send it by 9 a.m. When you're over on our website, make sure you join our trade room. We have a free trade room. You can come join us. We're getting close to 500 members in there, so we offer that free to our community. Take our free trading courses if you need more help learning about the stock market. And again, too, if you like our logo, we have a world-class logo. If you'd like to buy our merchandise, we have a merchandise tab. And last but not least, we are a contribution-based community. We don't charge our community members as of right now. We ideally hope to never have to charge. So the more contributions that come into us, the more that we could basically fund our community without having to charge membership fees. So if you'd like to contribute, the contribute link's up here. You can do either monthly or one-time donation. So again, every little bit counts. We do appreciate the contributions. So that being said, over here, let me recap, go over a few things for the day, just some of the stuff I was looking at earlier today, and then we will build the watch list. So let's look at CSTM. So again, when you're trading, and if you're doing day trading, or let's take a step back here. When we build our watch list every night, we try to take into account people that are long traders and also people that are short traders. Usually somebody's one more biased than another. So someone's usually more long biased or someone's more short bias, which doesn't mean you don't trade both ways. It's just you have a more of a natural tendency or comfort level. I personally am more short biased. Again, that doesn't mean you should become more short biased. It's just kind of the way I tend to see things. So we're building our watch list. We try to keep into account people that are long and short bias, as well as day traders, swing traders, and even potentially long-term traders. We try to build our watch list to incorporate it for those that are looking for bigger plays, that are options traders, swing traders. So we kind of try to do a whole mix of everything in our watch list. Me personally, I usually trade stocks that are under $10 up to maybe $15. I'm more short biased, so I tend to like more stocks that are more overextended, or I like to do reversals for quick scalps. That's just me personally. But again, it's just finding your niche. So when we do our watch list here, you want to take this watch list that we send every night, and then also coincide it with trade ideas that we post every morning, and kind of just look at everything together. So the watch lists at night are more of a guide. But then, again, the one in the morning, you'll see what's actually moving and kind of take things from there. So why I was looking at CSTM, CSTM before today started was near, it was getting near yearly highs, right around a whole dollar amount of $9. So you'll see in pre-market, it kind of got up to 905. That's why I kind of had this mark of, I had it at 891 just because it was pretty much, it was the close of the previous day. Pre-market, it went up over 9. And then you'll see what happens Once the market opened, you had a green candlestick, and then it kind of faded from there and kind of bear flagged, and you'll see it kind of goes up and it touches previous day close, bounces down, touches again, comes down, and kind of starts bear flagging on the way down. So I'm still personally getting distracted a lot because I'm still between two platforms. So I have a lot of these on my watch list and I'm missing them because I'm trying to practice with Interactive Brokers platform and getting in and out of trades with hotkeys. So I'm still slowly getting used to their platform. I've kind of just been resolved to the fact that Thinkorswim's charting is phenomenal. And because I have everything set up here the way it is, I'm just kind of comfortable trading, looking at Thinkorswim charts and getting in and out of trades with Interactive Brokers. My obsessiveness doesn't like the fact, I think it's absurd that Interactive Brokers just won't fix their platform. They're terrible about getting back to me. Just yesterday alone, I spent 2 hours on the phone with them, just asking about, I don't even know what the heck. Oh, I was asking about something to do with, I think something to do with a hotkey. Oh yeah, it was what hotkey? What was I asking them? It was something to do with hotkeys. Literally, needless to say, I was on the phone with tech support, got transferred 4 times for almost 2 hours. Needless to say, at the end of the conversation, it was just them to say, "Oh, we don't offer that capability." So it's stuff like that that's just absolutely uncalled for. But Interactive Brokers, I'm getting more resigned to the fact that it's just going to use their platform. I think I'm going to stick with them. I'm still kind of back and forth. Again, I am more of a short biased trader, so that's why I'm using them more, because they get access to shares more to short than Thinkorswim. If you're more of a long-based trader, stick with Thinkorswim. They're absolutely incredible. But I'm sorry to say, Interactive Brokers platform is pretty much unusable for indicators. Their EMA lines, their SMA lines, and their VWAP is unusable. It doesn't work. But their hotkeys are great. Thinkorswim, on the other hand, their hotkeys are terrible. They don't allow you to edit them. So they have a phenomenal platform. They just have terrible hotkeys. So you kind of got to pick your battles. So that was my rambling. So yeah, what I was looking for, I was looking at CSTM. I did not trade it, but I saw, and that's one thing you got to be careful with some of these ones. These are ones, some of these stocks trade at like the 5-cent bid and ask spreads, and they just move in 5-cent increments. So you see these crazy candles. So you got to time your entries right on ones like this. I'm still myself getting more comfortable with that fact. I don't like, personally, stocks that do that only trade in the 5-cent ones. Something I'm not personally comfortable with yet. I'm still watching them, seeing how things flow. Obviously, they move. They have good movement. Tend to be a little bit slower sometimes, but be aware of these ones that have the 5-cent locked in bid-ask spreads. They could be kind of tricky to trade. I personally like a bid-ask spread of like 1 to 2 cents. So what you'll notice when the market tends to open, especially with some of these low floaters, some of these bid-ask spreads can be really off the charts, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 cent bid-ask spreads. I personally am just not comfortable trading them yet. Again, I'm teaching you guys as I learn. I am not a professional day trader. I'm learning the ropes as I learn. I'll tend to continuously give you guys as much content as I can. But I personally am more comfortable with a really tight bid-ask spread. I usually like waiting for patterns to form, for the market to kind of open and move. But that's just me. Other people like to get in and get out. So it's just kind of just discover your own path. So I personally like to look at, I like these ones that are overextended or hitting a whole dollar psychological resistance barrier. But I would have personally liked it more if it had a tighter bid-ask spread and not just moving in the 5-cent range. But again, that was just me personally. CYTR this morning. That one was a low floater that was running. You'll see that I had it because, where'd I have it marked off? Oh, up at 99 cents, because you see that's where it went. That's where it was at the day before, and you'll see 3 times. 1, almost 2, 3 times it was touching that dollar mark and was getting smacked down. So obviously CYTR is one that you want to see if it'll get a break over $1, especially when you haven't had a break pretty much all year. So if this thing does go and breaks $1, who knows what will happen with it. But I noticed Interactive Brokers was off and on with shares that were available. They were available at one point. Again, I got distracted, was looking elsewhere. But you'll see what happened. Here's a 5-minute candlestick. It went up, 96 cents. And then it kind of dropped down. And then as you see, it kind of bear flagged. And then it kind of went up, and then it kind of came back down. But you'll see, like with Bollinger Bands, when candlesticks start to go kind of outside the Bollinger Bands, they naturally want to snap back. They want to kind of pull back first to, the 13 EMA line, but naturally towards VWAP. So VWAP's a really, this green line, this green dotted line is a very important indicator. So the further away price kind of goes away from VWAP, it naturally slowly wants to move back to it. Doesn't mean it always will touch it, but it kind of, as you can see, kind of falls outside the Bollinger Bands, kind of goes back, falls back down, and then kind of slowly comes back, comes up over a little bit, kind of draws back down again. So VWAP's a really great indicator, and Interactive Broker not having VWAP is just it's terrible. Terrible setup. What else was other ones I was looking at here? You'll see NOVN was another one. NOVN. You'll see that one. I had that one marked up. It was right here at it. It was 670. I had it 670 the previous day here. You'll see when the market opened. You'll see it kind of formed a big red candlestick. Kind of went down, goes up towards VWAP, and then kind of goes down and trades sideways. Again, what you want to look for is just look for obvious patterns that are forming, and look at huge areas of support and resistance, which is psychological areas of support and resistance are usually whole and $half amounts. So that's just a few that I was looking at. Again, I don't want to draw this out here too long, but let's just make the watch list for tomorrow. Again, stocks between 30 cents, $30, minimum 500,000 shares with a daily gain of 5%. You'll see there's potential 35 plays. You again want to sort these by whatever you feel more comfortable with. Again, if you go for low float stocks under 20 million float, those tend to have huge volatility, so they'll move really quickly, but then at the same time, you get quite a bit of risk. So there's risk for the reward. If you like to be, more slower stocks that kind of move a little bit slower, then you want to look at more potentially the higher floats, above 20 million, anywhere from 50 to 100 million. The stocks tend to move a little bit slower and tendency to have a tighter bid-ask spread. So you kind of just want to discover, again, what type of trader you are. There isn't a right or a wrong way, to be as a trader. It's just discovering what your path is and what you feel most comfortable with. Again, what I may like may not be what you like. So TDW, this must have been I wonder if this is a buyout. So this one went really up today. I don't know what. Open. Oh, emerges from bankruptcy. I'm not going to trade this one, but I'll put it on the watch list. For those options traders or fundamental traders that want to look into something like this, this is something to definitely take a look at and see what the heck is going on. Let me just erase these ones over here. Again, when I'm trading with Interactive Brokers, I kind of like to look ideally to see if I can long or short a stock. I like to ideally, I don't always do it, I like to ideally be able to trade stocks that I can trade up or down. And I try to tend to stay more under $10, so I'm not going to put it on my Interactive Brokers ones. Dries, I hate this stock, but I mean, it's always, there's movement. It did hold its highs for the day. I hate even putting it in the watch list out of principle. And out of principle, I can't do it. I can't put it on. I don't know. Just be careful of this stock. If you do trade it, just be careful of it. I hate even putting it on for people to get suckered into it, but it does have movement. It did hold its highs for the day. I stay away from that thing. I hate it. IBTGF. That must be another one. Yeah, it's a buyout. I'm not going to put that on. CBMX kind of went up, traded sideways. this is one to watch. Potentially, I actually have it right here. So now you'll see that the 665 might be a support level, or is a support level. So you'll see if it goes down and goes further, or if it goes up. So this is one to definitely watch, to keep an eye on. CBMX. Put that over here. So that one is a low float stock. It's got some volatility to it. Actually, let me just make sure. I'm going to see. Yeah, 2 million. Yeah, so under 20 million is a very low float stock, but as you can see, these things can just move like absolute crazy. So keep an eye on it. Had a big day today. See what happens, to see if it goes up. It is at its yearly highs. Doesn't mean it can't go any higher, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on. So I'm going to, just to show you guys too how I have it set up here, I kind of have a multiple chart set up. So I'll put stuff on here tonight when I add something on, and then tomorrow, I may change it. So these are kind of the ones I was looking at today. I'll put this on here, and in the morning, I'll just kind of revise it. I'll look at what's going on with trade ideas in the morning, and then kind of coincide it with the watch list tonight. Again, too, just while I'm on the topic of trade ideas, I'll have the link in the bottom of this video. But Trade Ideas is hands down the best scanner on the market. It's great for pre-market scans, penny stocks, sectors, marijuana stocks, options trading down here. It's got absolutely everything you could possibly want. It's the best scanner in the industry. It's about $100 a month. Plus, we get a 15% discount for you with the Bullish Bears being a community member. So if you're interested in trying out Trade Ideas, please check out our affiliate link below, and also, make sure you put our promo code in at checkout so you get the discount. And again, your contributions definitely help us. It helps to keep the community going. We definitely appreciate it. But on top of it, we couldn't live without Trade Ideas. Yes, we're making the watch list tonight, but many of these might not run tomorrow. And then when we post trade ideas in the morning, a lot of those may run. So their scanner is just absolutely incredible. We kind of put it together again with thinkorswims as well as trade ideas. So CBMX, I put on the watch list. KATFF, not a lot of volume. Don't really like it. There's some resistance right here at the 13 EMA. That 56 cent range. Again, just because we don't put it on the watch list doesn't mean you can't watch it. It's just not a lot of volume coming up to resistance. I don't really love the look of it. Tops, lots of volume, held its highs. I just look at that, just trading sideways. I don't love it. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's not doing much of anything, so I'm not going to put it on the watch list. MTBC. This one held its highs. Let me remove here some drawings. This one held its highs, had some volume. You'll see the resistance, some resistance right here was at 153. So let's see if it can stay above there. And then after that, it might have a decent chance to run. And it's got low float. So, it's a low float stock. Keep an eye above this $half amount, this $1.53 mark. See if it stays above there. See if it runs. So I'm definitely going to put this on the watch list for tomorrow. And let me go over to, I don't know if Interactive Brokers has this one just short. For some reason, I didn't think they did. It goes off and on. So that might be one you can only play up. So I'll put it as another one to watch for tomorrow morning. So as you see again, what I'm doing, I kind of just put stuff down here. If something really hits me, usually I kind of save those for up in the morning, like up in these area, and then I kind of go down here like this. But I try to ideally put the ones I'm super interested in up here. But whatever I put in up here right now, it may change tomorrow morning. So ideally what I'll do is I'll have one screen on my computer like this, where I can kind of just on the 5-minute and just see patterns forming. And then I'll go over, I'll have one screen. This one I don't even look at for, I still got to change this. I have it set up and I don't feel like changing it with Interactive Brokers, because when I use hotkeys, you have to click within a chart stupid. It's ridiculous. I wish I could just do it in here. So I just leave my screen like this with Interactive Brokers. And then literally when I see something on my scanner with trade ideas pop up, I bring it in over here if something's running while I'm watching the screen with the multiple charts set up. And then I'll just use the hotkeys over here to get in and out of trades. That's how I have mine set up. So MTBC, HZN, that one held its highs, had some volume. There's some resistance right at that 1778 marker. So see if it goes up or if it wants to come back down. That might be a potential short, or it might go up a little more. Just keep an eye on that with the resistance area. HZN, PLSE, that one held its highs. Borderline on the volume. There's some resistance there at that $26 marker. It's borderline. I don't love it, so I wish I had a little more volume, so I'm not going to put it on. HUSA, don't like it. It's kind of sideways action. Glow, not a lot of volume. It's choppy, garbage looking. OXFD, that one held its highs, borderline in the volume. This one might be a good one to watch because it's at a big $half amount, might have a pullback. So keep an eye on this one. This is good to watch both ways. Might be due for a pullback. It's a little bit higher than me. I personally don't like going up much over $15 stocks because just the movement just could be crazy. It can move 20, 30, 40, 50 cents super quickly just from just a one candle pullback. I just personally don't like that. But hey, if you're an options trader, maybe you look at, again, not saying that it's definitely going to go down, but do whatever you think, if you buy a put on it or if you'd like to short, that's one just to keep an eye on. IGT, well, that one kind of went up. Has some potential resistance right here at that 2380 marker. This area here too, you want to see if it can kind of go up and break, have a U-bottom breakout and go up, or if it's going to fall back down. Did have some volume, so I'll put that on the watch list. IGT. We'll go to ASNA. That one held its highs. That one has volume. Again, this area, this 280, 277, 280 gap fill. So it might go up, it might fall back down. So keep an eye on this one. This one can potentially go up, fill the gap, come back down. It's definitely one to keep an eye on. I'm going to look at that one as a potential see if Interactive Brokers has shares to short. That one is shortable, so I'll put that on my watch list. Now that's a perfect one that I like to watch because I can trade it up or down. However, what I don't like about it is super high float. Now these are showing shares, but 195 million. And let's see, pulled back. I don't love it. So, 280, you want to see how much it could potentially pull back down to. I don't really love it, so I don't know if I'm going to, that's a little too high a float for me. So I'm going to have it on my Interactive Brokers watch list, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it on one to look at. I like to ideally stay underneath 100 million for float. ENZY, not a lot of volume. However, here's one to watch. So I don't like this. I don't know if it'll go up anymore, but this is look at this, yearly highs, quite a few green candles. Now it's potential, it's right around a low float stock, overextended. It's due for a pullback. So I'm going to put this on the watch list, but this is one that I definitely want to look at for a potential short. Not sure if Thinkorswim has shares to short, but look at all this going up. You're not saying it can't go up a little bit further, but at some point it's got to pull back a little bit. So ENZY is definitely one that I'm going to look at personally, seeing if it's shortable, watch for a pullback. So I'm going to put that on my watch list. Okay, so Sprint. Man, I had lots of drawings there before. So this one's it's a slow mover, high float. So had a lot of volume. Still got to look to see if it can break that $9 marker. So let me just show that. Get rid of this here. See if it can go up and break this. Stay above this like $9. Right around this area here. See if it can go up and break this area. Potentially break that $9 mark. But it's going to be a slow mover because it's high float. I'm not going to put it on because it's a really slow mover. You can take a look at it if you like it. I don't like these ones with only a few candlesticks. XXII. So it's having trouble staying over that $2 marker still. Crazy whipsaw candlestick, or like it's been crazy a little bit lately. This is one that's interesting to watch, so I'm going to put it on. I also like it because I think Interactive Brokers has shares to short. So you can see it did go up, and now it did pull back down to the 13 EMA, and then it bounced. So this one could still potentially run up more, or it might hit $2 and fall back down again. But this is a fun one to watch and play. There's some volatility to it. So put that over here. Maybe I'll put that over here. THLD. I don't love it. MEDP. Looks like it. Man, that's a weird one. Looks like it may have that gap. See if it wants to go up and fill that gap. I mean, it's getting rejected by the 200 SMA. So that's one to keep an eye on. I'm not going to put on the watch list. CVRR. Not enough volume. Don't like it. Some resistance right up here. 856. Don't love it. EZPW. Keep an eye out for this potential gap fill up here at 890, where it's around that $9 marker. So would I put this one on the watch list? It did hold its highs. Potential gap up to fill right around that $9 mark. This is one to definitely keep an eye on. Could go either way. EZPW. NVTA. Look at this. Right around $10. Doji candle. Look at that. Right around here. This 10-20 marker. Rejected. That doji candle up. So this is one to watch. Nice one to play potentially either way. So I like a stock like this, especially right at that whole dollar amount too. So that's one. I'm going to put that on the watch list. Again, keep an eye on it for either way. NVTA. CLDX. So that one right there is right getting rejected by the 50 SMA. That's where it hit up. Looks like right here today. Kind of came back, but this is one to keep an eye on. It held its highs. Might go up a little bit more, but keep an eye on it. CLDX. See what happens tomorrow. OWCP. Decent volume. Looks like it's one of these marijuana stock companies, or it falls under that sector. Keep an eye on it. Not going to put on the watch list. NEOS. This is one right here. Potential resistance right at the 751 marker. Might be potentially reversing around. So that's one to put on the watch list. Well, it's borderline on the volume though. Doesn't have a lot of volume, so I'm not going to put that on the watch list. Zine, that one also falls under the marijuana stock sector. Potential resistance there. That one's one to potentially watch. I think that the marijuana sector's been getting some stocks going lately, so that's one to keep an eye on. TEAR, borderline on the volume, potential bull flag forming here. Let's see here. Is this a low? It's a low floater too. This is an interesting one to keep an eye on. Not a lot of volume, but potential bull flag forming. So I'm going to put that one on the watch list. I don't think there's. I don't know if there's shares to short with Interactive Brokers. There is. So I will put that one over here. LQMT, don't love it. Potential resistance right up there. Not a lot of volume. Around that 350 marker, keeps getting rejected. Kind of high float. Yeah, I don't like it. NGD. Oh, that's potentially interesting to see if it goes up or it might pull back a little bit. $50 amount. It's got some volume. I'm going to put that on the watch list. Let's see. It is shortable. All right, let's hurry up here. HTZ, that one held its highs. This is a fun one to always trade. It goes up and down. It's a little bit crazy. You'll see there's some potential resistance right around, where is it? Right around here, 1538. See what happens there. They're, keep an eye on that one. I'll put that on the watch list. Again, be careful with it. Once you get around that $15 range, be careful. They can move pretty quickly. I don't like these ones that have these candlesticks like that. They drive me crazy. JAGX, don't love it. OPGN, don't love it. So there you go. There's a watch list for tomorrow. Again, guys, make sure you subscribe to our watch list on our website. Join our trade room over here. Take our free courses. We have lots of content here that we offer. If you like our merchandise, feel free to purchase here. We are a contribution-based community. Again, these videos, this watch list, the courses, all the stuff we give you, we are providing it freely to our community. So we ideally don't want to charge membership fees down the road. So the more that we get from contributions and people buying our merchandise, and purchasing things like trade ideas through us, that helps us to generate an income that obviously split between me, Tim, Dan, and myself. That's not a lot of money that goes a lot of ways. So obviously lots of contributions, people, everybody contributing a little bit to help us grow. Ideally, the more we can kind of fund our community through contributions rather than membership based, that's ideally the way we'd like to go. No promises in the future, but ideally that's the route that we would like to go in. So that's that. And again, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our stuff, share it, and feel free to comment on our videos with any questions. So hopefully this video helps you guys, and happy trading tomorrow. Enjoy.